Hi and welcome to the Chic and Simple Life. My name is Kat if you're new here, and today I'm sharing our family room for Christmas 2025. This is what I'm calling our, I don't know, warm and cozy Santa, vintage Santa woodland look. I don't know. It's just more of a warmer tone versus our formal living room. It's still warm and neutrals, but this has a pop of red, which if I go back in all my videos, I don't know if I ever did this much red for Christmas before. This is really out of my element, but I want to call it like a woodland Santa look. So let's get started here on my banister this year. I haven't did garland in years, so let me kind of show you how it goes all the way up. And our banister wraps all the way around upstairs. So I only did this part this year just because garland is super expensive and I need about 10 to 12 more garlands to finish the upstairs. So for this year, I did this part here. And I added this beautiful ribbon I got years ago. I just tried to tie some bows. Don't judge me, guys. I'm not the best at tying bows, but it's showing up a little bit brighter, but it is like a deep red with gold trim from Sam's Club, I believe. Oh my goodness, maybe 2 years ago. I think it was 30 feet of ribbon, or 3 yards of ribbon for like under $9. So I just added these beautiful bells I had bought at Ross last year. They're huge and they're heavy and it worked perfect there. And I kind of draped it on the floor. And then I added my cedar garland from the My Texas house last year and some other pine garland I had from years past from Michael's that have pine cones. So I kind of incorporated the pine cones throughout both trees, the formal living room and this living room, the family room. So if you could kind of see, if you watched my first video, this is the formal living room, more in the neutral tones, but still very warm. I called this my Chateau Noel. And then this room is the Woodland Santa room. So let me kind of swing you through here, give you a full look, a full overview of the room before we go in closer. So we can start, actually, let me see. Let me give you guys a better angle and then I'll move in. So you guys could kind of see. Sorry if there's a little bit of a glare on the camera. The windows are open today, so. And it is finally sunny here in California. It was raining, if you're from here, for like 2 weeks. So that's a lot of rain for us and it was very gloomy. But here is the tree this year. I love this tree, how it came out. I don't think I used this tree last year. So when I pulled it out, I'm like, yeah, I'm using this tree for sure this year. But for my little seating area, I just ordered these pillow covers. They're like a red tartan plaid from Amazon this year. And then I just did something very simple here since I have a lot of greenery going on everywhere else. It was just this mercury glass tree from, I want to say that was either Target or Michael's years ago. And I don't know if you could tell, but it is on, it's lit up. With just a little candle here from Walmart and some greenery around it. And then one of my favorite things is just how simple this came out, but it makes a statement, I want to say. So it's a small vase, but I just put some greenery stems, again, with the pine cones, incorporating that. And then this Norman Rockwell book that I keep on the coffee table all year, but I usually keep it closed. I just turned it to a Christmas page, and I have that displayed there. So this was the cover of a newspaper from December 3rd, 1927, and I love that. I just tied this ribbon I had from years past around it. I kind of incorporated this throughout the house that you'll see in my kitchen later on in the next video. And then Santa's Magic Key. I love how vintage this looked. This is like the theme I was going for in here. I got this year from Hobby Lobby, and I thought it would be so magical to put out with like Elf on the Shelf. If you guys do that, Elf on the Shelf comes to our house. So I love that. And I just put these gold bells I had from, I believe, Hobby Lobby as well. And then I have like a vintage Santa here from the Dollar Tree last year. And then I just kind of faux in quotations, wrap some gifts. I've never done this before, but I always love the way that it looks, especially if you like to take photographs of your items, of like your decorations. And me, we don't put gifts out until like the week of Christmas, leading up to Christmas. So I love how this looks. So I just like kind of faux wrap some gifts. Oops, sorry you guys. And then I also had like gift boxes already pre-decorated. So I put those under the tree. And then here I just put a large wicker basket with these pillows and these oversized bells from Hobby Lobby this year, kind of dangling out of it. So if you could see the gifts, and I really put this red gingham ribbon on, and the gift boxes are from Hobby Lobby. These white ones here. And then these ones were from, I believe, Ross last year. It came, you had to pay separate for those, but those are beautiful as well. And then this is the tree. I went with a berry pick look because I was playing off of these Santa heads I found a few years ago from, oh my goodness, from Walmart. And Walmart had the best decorations this year. These are also from Walmart. It has like a little star. It looks so woodland and vintage at the same time. I love it. And I had some owls. This one is from Michael's years ago. Pine cones. These beautiful berries. These are huge. The stem is huge. You can't tell because I shoved it all the way into the tree. These are from Home Goods this year, and it came with 3 large stems for $20. So I grabbed 3 packs. So I had a total of 9 stems. And these are the berries that kind of kicked off my theme. And I just kind of worked with what I had and bought little things here and there. I found these also at Hobby Lobby, and I always love that look. So I grabbed a few of those and berry picks from like different places. I added in some like deer heads, and then this wicker stars from years ago from Michael's, and I finally got to use it. And I didn't have any more lit candles that clip onto the tree, but I found these that I had from last year from Hobby Lobby. I only had 1 pack, so I just added those in. I thought those gave it such a nice touch. And so I'm kind of going to go through here, and I just tucked in a few owls and a lot of picks. So like I said in the first tree, this tree is kind of, it's really big, but it has like a lot of holes in it. So if you like that lush look, just add tons and tons of picks. Like that will be your best friend, is the greenery picks. So this is how this looks here. And I love how that came out. And then we'll move over to the fireplace. Okay, let's go over the fireplace now, so you guys can see everything. So the garland is this like Norfolk garland from, I actually found this at Ross, and you guys, it's such a great quality. I believe it was 9 feet of garland for $20. So I grabbed 3 of them. I have all 3 here. I just connected them with zip ties and command hooks. And then I had this garland, which is kind of hard to see, but it's this here with these type of berries and this type of greenery throughout from Target last year. I found it on clearance. It's from, I believe, Threshold. I don't know if it was a Studio McGee collab. And then I added in all these like extra berry picks just last night. So I went to Hobby Lobby and grabbed some more berry. Okay, sorry, I don't know where I left off. My phone had cut off, but I just added in more berry picks, and I feel like that filled it out more and tied it in with the tree here. So I added the same ribbon I had on the garland, and I just made a smaller bow here, kind of at a different angle, and then one coming off the corner here. Again, I'm not the best bow maker, so don't judge me. And then I had this beautiful star garland from years ago from Hobby Lobby, and it is like, these are made out of like a faux wood. And they did have these this year, but I had this one for years, so I just kind of swagged it along here. And then I added these 2 stockings I had for years from Target, I believe, and then added these extra bells. And then for the top, the star of the show, the centerpiece, it's Mr. Santa Claus himself. This is from Hobby Lobby this year. I believe it was about $70 and I got it at 50% off. So I paid about $35 for him. And you guys, let me tell you, the artwork went so viral this year at Hobby Lobby. I eyeballed him for months since the summer and I thought, oh, I'll get him. I went to my local one, sold out. So then I had to go about another city over where I live and they had 2 left and I was so lucky to grab one. So after that, all of the artwork at my Hobby Lobby was pretty much gone. It's crazy, but yeah, he is jolly and I love him and I love the framing of him. And then I have this wood horse that I keep styled in our front living room year round, but I thought it looked perfect here. And I just wrapped some of that same greenery that I had from Michael's. I got it last year. I wrapped it around that horse. And then I also had like placed it different places, kind of tie in. And then these 3 like ornament stands are from Elf on the Shelf brand from the at-home store last year. And so I thought those looked perfect there this year, kind of like a whimsical, playful look for, you know, kind of like a vintage Santa look. So, and then on this side to kind of balance out those ornament things there, I have this Hearth and Hand candelabra with some, I don't know why the candles are showing on here flickering so much, because in real life they're not. They're LED candles from Walmart this year and I have them there. So again, this is how it looks. Sorry, I have my door open and you could probably hear the ice cream man. So yeah, as I was saying, it's been raining for weeks here and now it's like 76 degrees today, so it's beautiful. So this is our living room for 2025 Christmas. And I hope you guys come back and watch the next video, which will be my kids' rooms. And then let me walk you over really quickly because it's not too much in the kitchen, just to kind of, you know, because it ties in all into the same room, I feel. So on this little bar cart this year, I just did 1 lit tree, kept it very, very simple. As I said, my back door is open, so if you guys can hear our birds going crazy, like, I don't know why there's so many birds today, but we have a huge pomegranate tree back here. So I think they're just having their best time in there. But this is our dining room table. I love to keep this styled the whole season for my boys. I always keep it more whimsical in here. And this year I felt like I just executed that so well. So this is kind of like my gingerbread Santa's village. And I'll kind of walk you through where everything's from or the idea. So I like to cook them a breakfast on Christmas morning and pretty much every weekend, something special for them. So I will kind of like add things or take away things as I'm styling it for them. But this is the main part. It is a little tedious. We eat here. So I do move the place settings every day, but to me, it's worth it. It's worth the memories, worth the nostalgia. But I absolutely love these place settings. Sorry, you guys, I hit my pause button on my phone. But these are just paper plates from Home Goods this year. And I love the vintage Santa. I believe it came in an 18 pack for $6. So I have them styled and the rest the boys have been eating like their food on and we just kind of toss them. But under the plate are these beautiful red and white striped plates from Hobby Lobby. This was actually part of their spring line and I got it on clearance for like probably under $5 for 4 of them. And I also got the matching bowls, but I just didn't use the bowls this year on the table. I have them put away, but I love that. And I just kind of layered it there with the white charger from Dollar Tree. These beautiful 100% cotton napkins with the reef on it is from the at-home store. I believe I paid $9 for 4 of them. And then I just paired it with this little gingerbread house napkin I had for years from Mind's Eye, I believe it's called. I found these at Home Goods or Ross, and I had leftover ones, so I just placed them there with these Santa mugs. And then I just layered in gingerbread houses I had over the years and like little faux gifts, all these little faux trees I had, and like faux little cookies from Hobby Lobby from the years I've had them. These little peppermint trees are from Walmart. And these beautiful vintage looking LED candles, like window candles, are from Dollar Tree this year, guys, and they're perfect. They have a warm light, so it's not bright. They were $1.50. They have it in this beautiful, I like this base because it looks like more of a vintage base, like an antique vase. They had it in a gold base, not a vase. What am I saying, you guys? Base, B-A-S-E. They also came in like a bright gold and then a silver, but I love this tone to it. So it kind of looks like, you know, vintage, like I said. And then I finally pulled the trigger. It wasn't that expensive. They were $20 for this huge, I don't know if it's a planter or a pitcher at Hobby Lobby, but I got it 50% off, so I paid $10. And then I had these Santa mugs from over the years, and I just layered in trees and reefs. And I just think it's so beautiful. So that's how the tablescape looks. And I'll kind of give you an angle from here. And I will take photographs if you're like a photograph person like me of all my decorations, and I will be posting them to my Pinterest. If you don't mind following me on Pinterest and Instagram, I'll have it in the description. So back here, I made this very simple this year. It's a small little vignette. These jars and my pictures stay all year, and I just put a wreath that I had and tied that same ribbon that was going from the living room to here. And then the same concept here, I just tied ribbon and a gold bell to my cutting boards, and then just layered in some trees and candlelight. And this beautiful kitchen towel is from Hearth and Hand this year. I believe these are also 100% cotton. I think they call them tea towels. And she had 3 different styles this year. It was only $5, and I love the tree on it and the red striping here in it. I love how it looks like almost like a off beige tone. So I have that there. Super simple in the kitchen. And then I just hung another wreath here and made another red bow to kind of tie in from the living room. And then this is our hot cocoa bar for my boys. I do one every year, so this is how it looks. Just layered in goodies and chocolates and peppermint. This cute little hot cocoa truck I got from Target Dollar Spot this year for $5. You could tell they have been in the Christmas cookies. And then I have hot chocolate in this tin that is from Target this year as well. So I have hot chocolate packs in there, the cups, the peppermint sticks, the spoons, the peppermint marshmallows, all the things to make your hot chocolate extra special. I have it here out of the way, so right next to our Keurig. And I think it looks so perfect. They utilize this station all season. And then if I swing you this way, this is our kitchen island. I kind of wanted to keep it more simple, like kind of in the backdrop here, how I did like the neutrals versus so much red going on. So I just have a vase here with greenery. Again, the same like velvet ribbon. Ornament in a bowl with that same greenery I tied out throughout the house, and a beautiful bell. And then just a candle. This one is, I believe, sugar cookies from Walmart. Smells so good, you guys. And that is it for the kitchen and family room. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't watched my part 1, it was my formal living room. Please do so, and then I will be posting my boys' room. So thank you again. Merry Christmas season, and I hope this inspired you, helped you, gave you an idea, and have a wonderful season. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.